get asked a lot what lip color I have on, and 9 times out of 10, it is Rebel Rose from Wet n Wild. This is my absolute favorite neutral and one of my favorite liquid lipstick formulas. Good morning. It is Monday and it is Cultivate Your Year live day. I'm so excited today. I actually got up a little bit early to do some final touches on today's video, and I didn't even question snoozing because I was just so excited. It was like Christmas morning for goal setters. So if you are not familiar, Cultivate Your Year Live is an all-day event that the team over at Cultivate What Matters, who created the Power Sheets, puts on. Last year was the first year that they did it, and it was in person in Chapel Hill, North Carolina, which is where they're located. It was so much fun. It was like 200-ish people, and we got all of our Power Sheets prep work done in one day. It was amazing. This year, obviously, we're going virtual, but I'm pretty sure the plan is the same for us to get through all of our Power Sheets prep work today. And I am nervous, excited. I'm so excited to start writing and using my 2021 Power Sheets. I haven't written down a single thing actually on the paper. I've done a little bit of goal brainstorming on my iPad, but I have not written anything in my Power Sheets. So I'm excited to do that. And I'm really excited for everybody who is going to be focusing on a new year today, on a fresh start, and just like, we need that. We need that right now. I know that 2021 still holds a lot of uncertainty, and who knows what it's gonna look like, but the fact that we are turning the page on a new year with some hopefully light at the end of the tunnel, whether that light is in Q1 or Q4, I think that there's a light at the end of the tunnel next year. So I'm really excited to dig in today. I decided to go ahead and get ready today and do my hair and makeup. I just wanted to feel like put together and excited, and I am Zooming with my patrons today during lunch. The event, the actual virtual event that Cultivate What Matters is hosting, is not Zoom. Like, we're not gonna turn on our cameras. We're just gonna be able to see them, which is a little bit unfortunate. Honestly, like, I kind of wish we could all see each other, but they have 2,000 people attending, so I have no idea how they would be able to manage that. So I understand. I would rather them be able to serve more people than for me to be able to see everybody's faces. So I decided to host a lunchtime, there's a lunch break Zoom with my patrons to do like a, let's see each other's faces. Do you have any questions? How's it going? And kind of check in with them and just see how their Cultivate Your Year live day is going. I'm just so excited. There's a couple of them that were there last year that I know are attending today, but for the most part, this is everybody's first time. So I got up here a little bit early because I wanted to do my December daily before it started, but it's really dark in here. Like, it's really cloudy today and it's really dark. So I don't know. I don't want to have to do it. I have to sounds so terrible because it's December daily and I love it. And if you watch my video that went up earlier this week, I show you the first 4 days that I did in my December daily memory keeping album. So I'm excited to work on it today, but I'm thinking that I may not be in the mood to work on it right afterwards, because right after, I feel like I'm either going to need a total break and need to relax for a little bit, or I'm gonna be super motivated and want to keep working on my goals. So I feel like neither one of those is gonna be, I wanna stop and work on my December daily. So that's why I was thinking I might try and squeeze it in this morning. And I have the time, it's just the lighting is the issue. But since I've started filming this clip, it's gotten a lot brighter out. So I am gonna open the advent calendars with you. That's step one. Then I'm gonna go ahead and get logged in and get everything all set up. And then I might go upstairs and make another cup of coffee. I'll take you with me and show you quickly how I make my cup of coffee. I mentioned this in a vlog a few weeks ago, but I've been using the chaga elixir from Four Sigmatic. And so what I typically do on the machine upstairs is I will make 2 ounces of water, and then I will mix in the chaga, which it helps it melt like much easier than it did in coffee. I think it just needs to be really hot, and I think the water helps. Then I will make a vanilla latte, which does not fill up my cup all of the way, and it's a little bit sweet just that way. So then I will add an extra shot of espresso, which helps cut the sweetness of the vanilla, gives me a little bit more caffeine, and fills my cup up all the way. I wish I could make actually a whole nother latte to top on top of that vanilla latte, but then my cup would overflow. My cup isn't big enough for that. I guess the answer is just to get a bigger cup. I will see if then I have time for December daily and or if the light is good, but I really would like to get to it today. So let's get to the advent calendars. Over here, we are on day 7. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe it is already day 7. I keep saying all these things that I'm gonna do as part of Vlogmas, and I'm like, oh, we have so much time because, you know, it's only day whatever, but day 7 actually starts to feel like it's a little bit like we're into it. We're into it now. All right, today's item are some printed patterned papers, and they're double-sided. They are thick cardstock. So we've got this one that's got like sugar cookies on a pink background, and then we've got the candy canes and the Santa hats and the stars. We saw this pattern somewhere, I can't remember. Then we have the parcel pattern on the teal, and then on the back, oh, this is cute. It's got the little car and it says Christmas. And then we've got, oh, this tree is beautiful. I might try and use this page in my December daily. This is really beautiful. And then on the back, we have this snowman sweater, hot chocolate fireplace pattern on the blue. I know a lot of people who do use like a traveler's notebook as their go-to system do a lot of creative stuff with printed papers like this, like dashboards and things. I am not well versed in that type of planning, but that is what I've seen people on Instagram do. So let's go to the friends calendar, day 7. It is recipes. So we have Phoebe's Christmas Destiny salad. I feel like salad was not necessarily something on the show. That's not a recipe I would pick from the show, but I love the idea of there being recipe cards. And then this one is Little Drops of Heaven holiday candy. Now this one is definitely a friend's recipe that I'm really excited to have it. Maybe we can try these this weekend. It's only Monday, Laken. Calm down. Okay, let's go over to the tea. Day 7. Whoa, that one looks like it's got a giant coffee bean in the middle of it. Okay. Yes, so today's is vanilla cappuccino. That's so interesting for tea because I feel like a lot of people that drink tea actually don't necessarily like coffee. And so if you don't like the flavor of coffee, I don't think you're gonna like this flavor of tea, but I don't know. For me, it sounds good. I'm a coffee and a tea drinker. So let's see. I feel like given it's cappuccino, it's gotta have a good bit of caffeine. So it is a black tea and it only actually has 1 level of caffeine. So I will probably make that later this afternoon. By the way, I took the advice from someone in the comments who said to go ahead and label them on the back. So I put what kind of tea it was, and then if it didn't already say, and then I put what level of caffeine it was, between 0, 1, 2, actually there are no 2s yet, and 3. Oh my goodness, I went ahead and logged in just to make sure I have everything set up. First off, Goal School is very cute, which comes, all Goal School except this Cultivate Your Year Live tab comes free when you purchase the power sheets. And there are videos in here to help you through the prep work, but it's already like all pulled up and there are already 321 people live and it is only 7:38, but they've got a countdown. They've got some cute holiday music playing and this is so fun. Look at all these fun people in the chat. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for today. By the way, I am gonna attempt to vlog today during, not during the session. I'm gonna work on my power sheets, but I will attempt to vlog when I have thoughts or something that I wanna share, something that was cool and exciting. I do remember last year there being a lot more than I thought there was gonna be and not vlogging as much as I intended until afterwards when I was back in my hotel room. But I also want to prioritize today. And I was texting with a friend this morning and I told her, she asked if I was vlogging or if I was making it a separate video. And I said, well, to be honest, this is my priority ranking today. Number 1 is me and my goals. Like me attending the session and working on my goals. That's the number 1 priority. I paid for this session myself and I want to get the most out of it. Number 2 priority is my patrons. Checking in on them, seeing if anybody has any questions that I can help with, like making sure that they have everything they need to get through this day successfully. And then 3 is gonna be vlogging and sharing that experience with you during the session. I will definitely hop on at the end and give you all of my thoughts, but I just wanted to preface that with that's my priority for the day. I think it's important to always take a step back and think about what your priorities are as you go into anything, a day, a year, an event, and just really think about what you're prioritizing will really help you get the most out of that day, year, event, whatever it is. Holy moly. I knew what I was getting myself into today because I went to it last year, but it still amazes me how much we get done in 6 hours. I mean, the session was 6 hours, which included a 30-minute lunch break and a couple bathroom breaks. And I am through page 26 of my power sheets, all filled out with the exception of my vision board. That's the only page I didn't do because it was before the word of the year and I really wanted my word of the year before I did my vision board. And so I figured I would go back and do my vision board later. Also because I'm likely doing one little word. The vision board is usually one of the one little word projects. So I'm just gonna wait to do that until it's part of my one little word. Also, my lipstick is totally like half on, half off. Anyways, I am spent. I kind of thought it was going to be like that. Like I was going to be kind of tired at the end of it, but like, no, I'm very tired at the end of it. I mean, I'm excited and invigorated and like ready to go. I'm excited about my goals. I have 6 goals. Kind of a spoiler. I'm not telling you what they are. There will be a whole video all about that. But yeah, I feel really good. We had a chat, not a chat, we had a post, a Facebook post in our Patreon Facebook community that was going all day, which was so nice because the actual chat, so for reference for next year, I have zero idea what they're gonna do next year, by the way. Obviously, we did in person in 2019. We needed to go virtual in 2020. I have no idea what they're planning for next year, if it's gonna be in person or virtual. I'm gonna go ahead and allocate the vacation time and the vacation budget as if it's going to be in person next year, but maybe they'll do both. Maybe they'll do it both ways. So people who can't go in person can go virtual. The virtual one had definite pros and definite cons, in my opinion. So the pro is way more people can attend, which is such a benefit. I mean, obviously as a company, like them selling tickets, it's a benefit, but in reality, all of these amazing people being able to spend this time focusing on their goals and working on their prep work is just super amazing. At one point, there were 1,300 people on the live, 1,300 people able to join in live, and that's amazing. However, the chat, I could not keep up with it. I could not keep up with it. It was just going, going, going. If that was all that I had, I would have felt very alone. I would have felt like if I didn't know other people working on it that I could talk to while it was going on. Now, I did have a couple friends that I could text with who I knew were doing it, but then we also had this Facebook post in the Patreon group that made it feel like the table atmosphere that we had last year's event when we were there in person. And that just, it just made a big difference. So if I hadn't had that, if I was doing this by myself and I was just trying to keep up with that chat, I would have felt incredibly overwhelmed. It felt slightly more rushed, and not because I think we spent less time per page. I think probably the amount of time we spent on each page was exactly the same as the in-person event, but we spent more time sharing the in-person event. We, like pretty much every major page, we would either share with our table or Laura would walk around the room and have people share into the mic with the whole group. And so that just felt like there was more of a pause between the different pages. Whereas today it was just literally like turn the page and keep going and turn the page and keep going. And while it was good because we got it all done really quickly, it was just, it felt fast. It felt, I don't want to say rushed because I feel really good about the results, but there were times when I was like, oh my gosh, my hand hurts. Like I need a break. I need to just like talk it out, or I need to just like not think for a second. So I don't know. That was, I feel like, a little bit of a con. Obviously, another pro besides the number of people is the price point being much more attainable for so many people. I mean, if you bought it on launch day, it was $49. And then if you bought it after launch day, it was still only, I say only, I know that it's different for different people, but $99 for the amount of value that we got and the fact that we're going to get to watch the replay as many times as we want, I think is an incredible value. Whereas the in-person event, I don't even remember how much it was because I didn't pay for a ticket. They invited me to go last year. I was ready to pay for my own ticket this year. It was all set aside in my budget because I wasn't sure if they were going to invite me back. So I had it all set aside. And now I can't even remember how much it was, but I am sure that $99 is much more reasonable for a lot of budgets compared to what the in-person price was, in addition to the cost of travel and hotel and all those things if you don't live near Chapel Hill, North Carolina. So I mean, yeah, pros and cons of the virtual event. I mean, I liked being here in my sweatpants. I mean, I could have worn sweatpants to the in-person event last year, but I dressed cute because I knew that were gonna be pictures and whatnot. But anyways, it was a great day. My desk is a disaster, stickers everywhere, pens everywhere, mild liners, 2 half drinking coffee cups because they got cold because I was writing so much. I wasn't drinking my coffee. It was just all over the place. But now I'm trying to decide what order I want to do the rest of my afternoon in. So I need to do my December daily since I didn't do it before. I need to clean off my desk, which that I guess has to happen before the December daily because otherwise I won't have a place to do it. I really need to take a break. I think I'm gonna take a bubble bath. I think that's gonna be my break relaxing time. And while part of me wants to do that before I do my December daily and the desk clean off because that just like, I would love that. It's already 2 o'clock and I'm afraid that if I get in the bath and like relax and by the time I like get out and get myself situated, it's not gonna be light enough to do my December daily, which is just ridiculous. But because this window faces the east, which has beautiful sunlight, it gets pretty dark pretty quickly. So I think that is the order I'm gonna do it in. I'm gonna clean off my desk. I'm gonna put on a Vlogmas video YouTube, and I'm gonna clean off the desk, and then I'm gonna do my December daily from yesterday. It actually shouldn't take me all that long because it's a lot of photos, because I'm telling the story of my family photo session, and so I have a lot of photos and it's not gonna be a lot of writing. So I'll do that, and then I will get in the bath and relax. But before that, my mom is like, we need to put the wine in the fridge, because I've literally been in this room. I stepped out for 5 minutes to go get lunch. I microwaved leftover pizza from yesterday. That was my lunch. And then I went to the bathroom a couple of times, but like otherwise I haven't been out into the world. My family is like, where have you been all day? So I'm gonna go find my mom, and oh, now it's dark. And we're gonna put the wine in the fridge so that after I take my bath, we can do that. Okay, day 7, right here in the middle. I'm getting much better at doing this with one hand. Da, 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 da. Ooh, a rosé, not a bubbles. What was the one we opened yesterday? Oh, the Pinot.
Noir.
Okay, so we have two. They do go together. So we'll do the rosé and then we'll do the Pinot. Okay, finished my December daily. Of course, I made a massive mess. I mean, it's a disaster, but honestly, I just am really ready for my bath. So I am gonna take a bath now, and then I will come clean this mess afterwards. Okay, so cheese is supposed to be served at room temperature. And we have been taking the advent calendars out, letting them sit for a minute before we do the whole thing. But we just realized that probably letting all the cheeses sit out and then put them back in the fridge and go back and forth isn't the greatest thing. So we have 2 to do today. And we're gonna start by just taking the cheeses out for today. So 6 is on the front, Mom. That was yesterday's, because we skipped yesterday's. It's a Gouda. We're gonna have to remember that the Gouda goes with the day 6 wine. And then day 7.
Good thing I keep getting the trash one.
Why? Oh yeah, you keep grabbing the one that. Well, I can film either one. We can make sure.
No, the one that is not getting trashed.
That's cute. Okay, and then day 7 is, what is this? A red Leicester?
Yeah, no.
A word I don't know.
Why
Okay.
is it not listed on the back?
No, it has to be, Mom. Yeah, it is. It's like, it's 5th from the right.
Okay.
Okay, so we're gonna let just these cheeses sit and get room temperature and put our whole advent calendars back in the fridge. All right, since we took a break yesterday, we have 2 today. So we have the Pinot Noir from yesterday, and we just went ahead and grabbed 2 glasses, and because we're gonna have them both, and we put out both cheeses. So I'm gonna pour them both, make sure that we're trying both of them.
The order we should do actually today is.
Yeah, if we're doing it in order, we should do today's wine first, because we should do rosé and then Pinot. But cheers. I like it. I actually kind of like it too. Actually, it was a little colder. Did we not let it sit long enough? I feel like it was in there for multiple hours.
I guess it wasn't that long.
I just wish it was a little bit colder. But it's good. Okay, wait. That goes with the orange cheese. This one that we don't know. Mystery cheese. It's just cheddar. What?
How many boats are going? You can't see it between the buildings.
There's a boat?
See between the buildings?
It's cold.
I don't know what they're doing. Anyway.
Okay. Let me try this.
But it's a sharp cheddar. So
It goes well together. Yeah. It's just cheddar. But they called it whatever, red Leicester, however you say it, but it's just cheddar. It almost makes the wine taste a little sweeter, but it's good. Yeah. Okay. Now the Pinot. If you watched the last vlog, I did mention that I'm not a big Pinot fan. This is actually not bad. It's still a little light. Like, I couldn't drink more than a glass of this. It's still too light for me. For a red, I just don't know that I would enjoy more than a glass of it. Pinot does always make me think of Meat Mama. Because if she did have wine, that was her wine of choice. Gouda is good.
Yeah, with the creamy cheese with them.
Made the wine better. Y'all.
I went to a wine tasting one time and they saying like food actually makes wine
Tastes better.
taste, bring out the flavors in the wine better.
Where did you learn that?
I don't know. It seems like some wine tasting. I go to so many, I don't know.
another day, another face of makeup. I usually don't get ready this many days in a row because I will do it again tomorrow for Lattes with Laken. Today, I'm giving a presentation at work. That's why I'm all ready to go. I did not put lipstick on yet though because the presentation isn't until after lunch, so I'm not even gonna bother with lipstick until after I have lunch. But I'm pushing it a little bit on my hair. I used a lot of dry shampoo this morning. Part of it is because the last time I washed my hair was when I dyed it, and I like to let it sit as long as possible before I actually wash it again. The other reason is I always try to make sure I'm washing my hair after I have like a really good hard workout. Like I take advantage of the fact that I am going to immediately wash my hair. And I haven't been to the gym in a week. It was literally last Tuesday. Did I go Wednesday? It's been a long time since I've been to the gym. The gym in my mom's apartment, which you have to keep your mask on the whole time, and they have a super low capacity limit that I've never even seen because when I go at 6 a.m. there's usually like 2 other people in the gym. So that's part of it too. I probably would have washed it yesterday or today had I gone to the gym. And there's a couple reasons I feel like that I have been putting it off. One is just very me specific, and that's been, I still have been getting up early in the morning, but I've been working on Vlogmas stuff because I have felt very behind. I made this whole plan of how I was gonna have a video every single day, how I was gonna have more vlogs, the December daily videos, all the things, and I have not been doing a good job of sticking to it. And so I've just felt behind. Like for these first 7 days, I felt behind. So I've been getting up in the morning and just working on Vlogmas stuff in the morning instead of doing my whole morning routine and working out. And I know that that's not the answer. Like it is good for my physical health, my mental health, for me to do those things that I had planned to do in the morning. And then if it means I need to do more Vlogmas work in the evenings and step out for a little bit, like that is what I should, I don't want to say should. That is the plan I should be following, the plan I set out for myself. After this morning session though, I do finally feel like I'm caught up. Like I feel like I am on top of my editing and what video is coming next and all of those things. The other big holdback, I guess, from getting back to the gym is just starting. Laura Casey said it multiple times yesterday on the Cultivate Your Year live session. The hardest part about getting started is getting started. And even though I was consistently going to the gym, taking a whole week off, it's like I'm starting over again. It's so much, it's almost the same amount of like mental work to start back up again. It's not even like a physical, it is a mental game at this point. So I am here checking in to tell you I'm going to the gym tomorrow. I am caught up on Vlogmas editing. My hair definitely needs a wash. And so tomorrow morning I am gonna go back to the gym and it's gonna be great. Okay, let's get to the advent calendars. All right, today is the 8th. So let's see if we can find the 8th. I thought this was gonna get easier and there's still a lot of these to go through. Oh, interesting. It is a set of stencils. I've never really been a stencil girl. I tried it for a little bit with the Journal This Now stencils, but there's one that's got all these kind of little things. We have a tree, a present, some ornaments, and then there's one that's got these snowflakes and then a little deer with antlers and it says wintertime. I mean, these are super cute. I have never really used these in anything, my planner or any kind of crafting. I don't know. That's just, they're not for me. But if you, let me know down in the comments, are you somebody who uses stencils in your planning or in any other kind of craft? Okay, now for the Friends one. Oh, it's done. Nope, that's the 9. Oh, here it is, 8. I'm struggling to find the 8. Okay, got the little couch. What do we have in here? Oh, more tags. You're the Joey to my Chandler. And then 2 from, and it's got a little foosball table on the back. Is there, nope, that's the only one. The other one had 2 tags, so I thought this one might have 2 as well. But nope, just 1 tag. I do like the addition of the tags, even though all the stuff in this, which I anticipated, is all, it's not very like high quality. Like this is just cardstock with a little like gold string, but this is useful. Like this is very useful. Okay, now time for tea. So day 8, I am really behind on tea. So I think instead of a second cup of coffee today, I'm gonna go ahead and jump straight to tea. So this is the caramel shortbread. I have had this one before. I'm pretty sure they had it in last year's or maybe even the year before. Okay, this is also a fruit infusion with no caffeine. So that is not the one that I'm gonna do today. Okay, which one do I have over here that is caffeinated? Okay, so this one is definitely an option because it's the level 3, but I think I could also probably get away with a level 1. So maybe I'm gonna do this vanilla cappuccino one. I also can't decide if I want to keep them all out here or maybe put them back into their boxes. My friend Brooke was showing on Instagram how she does it is if there is still tea left, or there's no tea left, she turns it around. Now I can't even remember which way she does it. One of the ways. If there is tea available or no tea available, she turns it around. So it's like this. Maybe if it's no tea, because then it's like there's nothing left in there. And if there's still, like the number is still showing, then there is still tea available. But I feel like I'm never going to pull out the drawers and look for them when I want tea. I feel like I'm more likely to look at them like this. So I think for now I'm just going to leave them over here. There's only seven. We're on day 8 and there's only 1 tea that I finished. So there's a lot of tea over here to be had. But like once there's more, there's not gonna be space for all those teas. So I need to start making some progress on tea. Let's just put it that way. Okay, I think because I need to make such progress on the teas, I am gonna go ahead and make this whole pot. And I'll just drink this the whole day. Like I'll just keep like heating it up. This is gonna be really tough to do with one hand. Oh, it smells so good. So I'm just gonna go and put all of it in here. And I'm actually gonna take this up to the lounge area and get the hot water from there instead of microwaving the hot water. I know y'all are judging me hardcore for microwaving water for my tea, but really I just need a second kettle in this apartment. I hope nobody's up there as I'm bringing an entire teapot upstairs to fill it up with water. There was definitely somebody waiting to use it at the coffee machine after me, and so I felt really weird like there with my teapot filling it up with hot water. But I went ahead and put 24 ounces of water in here. I'll let it steep for a little bit and then have myself a vanilla cappuccino tea, and then I'm gonna put a splash of milk, so vanilla cappuccino tea latte. I'm gonna go ahead and grab a smaller cup. Not that I'm not gonna drink all this tea that I just made. I'm just gonna start small. Oh, it smells amazing, y'all. And it's gonna be like the perfect temperature. So I'm gonna give it a little splash of milk. I'm gonna try it without sugar first because it does smell already very sweet. Since it's already vanilla flavored, it's probably already pretty sweet. Oh my gosh, yeah. All right, I'm gonna do it. I am gonna cut the plastic piece off of my plum paper. It drives me nuts. It gets so dirty, and I've tried to clean it with all the things, and I just can't get it clean. And so I don't know how sturdy this cover underneath is gonna be without its plastic protection friend, but I'm pretty good. Like I take care of my planner. Like I don't just toss it places. I mean, we're not going anywhere right now, but I'm thoughtful about where I put it down on the counter and whatnot. So I think that this cover will be just fine. And I mean, I am also doing interchangeable covers now. So this cover really actually only has to last me through January, although I need to order a new one for January. So I'm gonna do it. The debate I'm having now is whether I just do it the easy way and just like cut like this just to get it off, or whether I do it the hard way so that it's actually removable if I want to stick it back on, which is individually cut the slits. I don't know. I can't imagine a world where I want to stick it back on unless this cover really gets destroyed. But again, then I can just replace this cover, right? All right, I just did it the easy way. I did not feel like cutting them all individually, so here we go. Okay, let's put our wine in the fridge. It was much prettier before we started taking wine out. All right, day 8. Merlot. Back to red. I almost feel like it's been alternating between them. All right, work presentation went well. No major questions. There's one follow-up that I've got to track down and get an answer to somebody for, but otherwise it was good. All good feedback, all good things. It's a good day. And now I need to get my December daily done before it gets dark outside. Normally I've been doing this during lunch, but today I had a coaching call for part of my lunch, and then the other part I needed to get everything set up and ready to go for my presentation. So I did not get a chance to do my December daily yet, and today I'm actually doing 2 days because I skipped Sunday. I didn't do one on Sunday. So yesterday I did Saturdays, and then today, Tuesday, I'm gonna do Sunday and Monday's December daily. The video for December daily days 1 through 4 also went live today, so it's been fun to see everybody's comments on that. So that is the first thing that I'm gonna do because I just have to take advantage of the day late. All right, Oh, my tea. Ha, that's the whole reason I was picking up the camera and I didn't even grab the tea from the microwave. Okay, December daily is done. I just poured the last cup of that vanilla cappuccino tea, and then I had to microwave it, obviously, because the teapot is cute and adorable, but it doesn't keep it warm. That should be a thing. A teapot that brews my tea, but then also keeps it hot all day. So that, cause like I made this at, I don't remember, 9? And this is my 3rd cup. I'm finishing it off. But the cup 2 and cup 3, both of them I've had to microwave in order for them to be warm. I feel like that's gotta be a thing. And I feel like that's a great gift idea for me or anybody who likes tea and drinks it all day. Working from home, like a lot of us are right now. Let me know down in the comments, are you still working from home or have you headed back to your place of work? Thank you to anyone who never worked from home, because you are an essential part of our functioning society, and I appreciate you more than I can ever say for continuing to go to work and put yourself at risk every single day. And that's, yeah, thank you will never be enough. But I just a little reminder, but hopefully just another reminder of how wonderful all of our essential workers are and how much we should be continuing to thank them and support them for all that they did for us this year and every year, let's be honest. Because I'm still working from home and I am very, very thankful for that. I don't know if I updated you, but I think I updated you when they told us a few months ago that they said the earliest possible date that wouldn't be volunteer based is April, the first Monday, so April 4th or 5th, whatever that Monday is. However, in that email, they originally said that they would start allowing volunteers to come to the office in January if you wanted to volunteer to come back to work. Limited capacity would be allowed, and all kinds of different like things they would do to make sure that it was safe. I have no intention of volunteering, but they have since revoked that, because one of the promises they made to us very early on in like May, that is that when it's time to go back to the office, they would always give us a 30-day notice before we would go back to the office. So we got notified on like December 1st or 2nd that said, hey, not actually opening up for volunteers in January. So who knows when we're gonna be back at the office. I do imagine that we're gonna do a part-time return before we go back full-time, which I'm kind of looking forward to that. Don't get me wrong, I love working from home, but I am kind of looking forward to like a part-time in the office, part-time not, because I'm an extrovert and I do love getting dressed and going to the office and chatting with my coworkers and seeing different things besides my house. I do like that, but at the same time I also love the benefits of working from home. So I do think a world where it's a half and half would be fantastic, would be my ideal scenario. So who knows? What I do know is I won't be going back to the office before we move apartments, which is crazy to think about, that I will never do that commute again from that apartment. I don't know what neighborhood we're gonna end up in. Neighborhood's actually not super high on our list. I know I mentioned apartment hunting a few vlogs ago, but we have like a list of things that we're looking for in an apartment, and while commute is important, I don't wanna have to change subway trains. Like I don't care how many stops, I just wanna be on one train to get to the office. Actual neighborhood doesn't matter. And I also really would like to be within walking distance of a Trader Joe's. But even those two requirements, where my office is and where all the Trader Joe's are in New York City, we have a lot of options in terms of a neighborhood, and we are really open to any of them. Our priorities then are really more all the other amenities that we would get. Whether or not there's a dishwasher, whether there's laundry in unit, that's really hard to find, but I've seen a couple that I've liked. Whether or not there's a bathtub. If you follow me, you probably know I love bubble baths. And more I'm seeing apartments in New York that just have a standing shower. And I'm like, would I be willing to give up a bath for however long we decide to stay in New York? If everything else was perfect, you know, then maybe I would give it up. But like I said in that vlog, we can't really start seriously looking until February. So anyways, I am gonna sit here and get some editing done. I don't know where my family is. Well, my stepdad and Sam are both still working, and I don't know where my mom is. And my sister is here right now. My sister has been here for a while actually at this point, because she goes to DePaul and they are on a trimester. So her school ended the week before Thanksgiving, and so she actually lives like a mile from us, because DePaul is in the same neighborhood that my mom lives in. But all of her roommates not staying at the apartment, and she doesn't really want to stay at the apartment by herself, which I totally understand. If I was 20 and my mom lived a mile away, I would also go stay at my mom's. So she's been staying here. So I don't know where she is. So anyways, I'm gonna get to work. Okay, so we did the same thing we did yesterday. We went ahead and opened up the cheese so that I could get to room temperature. Today's cheese is mustard Gouda to go with our Merlot. I almost said Malbec, but it's not. It's a Merlot. I guess we should open up our cheese before we take a sip of our wine, huh? I was just ready to dig right in.
Right into wine.
We're cutting our cheese with this knife that you've had probably longer than Parker's been alive.
Yeah.
With a chili pepper. And when we lived in Texas, my mom's kitchen decor theme was chili peppers. So the little knives had chili peppers, all the serving dishes. We had a chili pepper clock where like the numbers were shaped out of chili peppers. What else was there? Shaped like chili peppers in our kitchen. All the towels.
Yeah.
I mean, it was very cute. Very Texas. Okay. All right, cheers. Cheers. Yay.
Thank you, Brand.
It's good. I actually almost like the Pinot better, but maybe the wine will change that. I know, don't say I told you so. This is very fruit forward.
20 items like a roll of toilet paper. How clever is that? And even some hand
Let's see if the cheese helps.
So it's a real 2020 treat, but what a nice way to get the community to come out.
Oh, it does. Magic.
I mean, that's why we should be enjoying the ratio better.
It's magic. The cheese makes the wine so much better.
But the other one, we don't need to keep it in the boxes. We put them take them out of the boxes and put them in bags. They won't take up that much space.
Okay, so we have a secret that we haven't been telling anybody. We actually bought 4 of the cheese calendars. I don't know what possessed us in that moment to buy 4, but we bought 4. And then, so far we've just been opening 1 per night, and we were gonna save those other 2 and either share them, Sam is gonna be so mad, or have a day where we have like 7 of them and make like a cheese board out of it. But then earlier today, my mom was like, well, we should start opening that other cheese one because as we've talked about, the wine to cheese ratio here that came with the advent calendars is not quite even. There is way more wine than there is cheese. So she's like, let's start opening the other ones so that we can have the right amount of cheese with our wine. But the problem is they're pretty big. You've seen them in other vlogs, right? They're pretty bulky. And they take up a lot of space in the fridge. Okay, well now I don't feel like I have to yell over the TV. So the problem is up here, the fridge TV is packed to the brim. And the other cheese advent calendars are down in the studio fridge. And I was like, are we gonna go down every day and get them? Because there's no space in this fridge for those extra advent calendars. Well, my genius mother over here just finally realized that we don't have to keep them in the boxes. We should keep 1 in the box or 2 in the box. Actually, we probably only need to keep 1 in the box. We could even undo another one. It's not as fun for that person. But I don't want to open them because I don't want to know. I want someone else to do it.
Well, we just, I see.
You know what I mean? Just open them without looking and quickly. So my mom was like, we don't have to store them in the box. We could just take all the little cheese things out of the advent calendar box and put them in like a Ziploc bag. So smart, so smart. But yeah, she's very smart, y'all. That's where I get it from, right?
Yep.
My dad's smart too. You're both smart. Smartest. He agrees with that. He admits that you're smarter. He said that before. So yeah, I think we're gonna start digging into the other cheese advent calendars that we've been secretly hiding in the studio fridge. Actually, it's not a secret. Sam knew they were down there. He's seen them. Yeah. Okay, I don't feel bad at all. He knows that they're down there. He actually has asked, like, what are you planning to do with them? And I was like, I don't know. We just bought them. Well, I went to the gym, but it wasn't quite the morning that I had planned. First off, no, I did not take my makeup off last night. Even though I moved all my skincare stuff up to my mom's, I still haven't been doing a great job of doing it before bed. That was one of my December goals, and it's already the 9th, and I'm not doing such a great job. So first off, it took a lot of mental work to get me to get dressed and get up to the gym. Just whatever reason, I just wanted to sit there cuddly with Charlie and finish reading my book and finishing my coffee, and just I didn't want to go to the gym, but I knew it was time and I needed to get up there. So my plan was to do the 30-minute Hamilton spin class on the Peloton app. It gets me so motivated. I love every song that is part of it. It's like all my favorite songs are part of the playlist, and it's just great. So I put on my spin shoes, get up to the gym and somebody is on the bike. And there are 2 up there that have clip-in options, but only 1 is open because of COVID. They have limited like the number of machines, you know, to use. So somebody was on the bike. I was like, I really just wanted to come back down here and like crawl back into bed. But because my spin shoes are like actually kind of like normal tennis shoes, they just have the clip underneath, but it's kind of hidden. Like you can walk on them like normal shoes. I was like, all right, just get on the treadmill and do 20 minutes at an incline. I was like, that's all you have to commit to. Now it was 30 minutes and now it's only gonna be 20 minutes at an incline. And because I was getting on the treadmill and not doing like, that's what I should have done. That's what I should have done a guided like treadmill walking thing on Peloton, but I did not. I just watched the Moxie Life goal setting. Well, I watched the first 20 minutes of it from yesterday that I didn't watch live, and I can't wait to finish it. Sierra is just amazing. It's on YouTube for free if you want to watch it. Even if you don't have a Moxie Life, I think that there's a lot of beneficial thoughts and mindset work that she talks about, at least in the first 20 minutes. Anyways, so I was like, all right, fine. I get on the treadmill. I also brought my camera with me because I wanted to capture a clip of me doing something to share it with you, as well as a photo for December Daily. I haven't talked about working out in December Daily yet, so I thought it's a perfect day, capture footage for the vlog, and I'll capture a photo for December Daily. So I have my camera and I go to set it up on the treadmill next to me because again, every other machine is blocked off for safety. So I was like, perfect, I'm just gonna set the camera on the treadmill next to me and like video my feet. I don't have a memory card in my camera. There's no memory card. So I just feel like a little bit of a mess this morning. And now I'm back and I'm gonna get in the shower and finally wash my hair, even though I don't think I really earned washing my hair like I talked about yesterday. I didn't like break a massive sweat that deserves like the nice, clean, fresh wash, but my hair is at that point that it needs to be washed. So, and then I'm gonna do a get ready with me for my like basic, not every day, I definitely don't do it every day, but it feels like an everyday stay at home kind of makeup look. It's not like my full blown, I'm filming a video, but it's like I wanna look nice because I have to turn on a Zoom camera or I'm going live tonight kind of makeup. Okay, here we go. So first things first, moisturizer. I've been using this Clinique ID system. You pick a moisturizer and then you also pick a serum to go inside. I got these during the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty sale and I've been using the tinted one since I got it. I don't love it. I'm not gonna lie. I will repurchase the whole system. I love this system, but I don't like the tinted one. It does work a little bit. It's a little like orangey for my skin, and then I always have to make sure I wash my hands afterwards or my hands are also tinted. That's not what I'm going for. So not my favorite thing, but it's what I brought with me and it's what I'm using. Next up, sunscreen. I always put sunscreen on no matter what, even if I'm not planning to leave the house, which in normal times that's never the case because I have to go to work. And I try to leave the house every day now to get some fresh air and some vitamin D. But I put on this 70 SPF Neutrogena, also not my favorite. I don't really remember why I picked this one, but it definitely smells like sunscreen and it feels like sunscreen on my skin. And then I always rub the extra of the sunscreen on my hands because besides your face, your hands are the next thing to go in terms of wrinkles, and sunscreen is the best way to prevent that. So after my face, it goes on my hands. Okay, next up is concealer, and my favorite is the Tarte Shape Tape. I also really like the e.l.f. Camo Concealer. It does have a similar feel for me, and it's a lot less expensive, but I always buy the Tarte Shape Tape when it's on sale. I will still put it in basically the same places I would put it if I was doing a full face of makeup, but I might put a little bit more because I'm not putting foundation on, I'm just putting on concealer. So I'll let that sit for a sec while I dampen up my Beauty Blender. I really need to wash this thing. I learned this from somebody to let your concealer get a little bit tacky before you try to blend it out. So I have my damp Beauty Blender, squeeze it till we get all the moisture out, and then I just go in and blend it. And because I'm using a little bit more than normal, once I kind of get it blended on the places that I normally put concealer, then I will kind of expand it out to the rest of my face. So it's almost like a light dusting of like a foundation, but it's not everywhere. All right, then I will use a pressed powder that's got color in it. I wouldn't call this like a powder foundation. It's not that, like, doesn't have that much coverage, but it does add a little bit more color. So this is the Maybelline Matte and Poreless Skin. I tend to have oily skin, so I like mattifying my skin with this powder, and I'm in the shade 130 Buff Beige. And so I will just use kind of a bigger brush and just dab it all over my face. to get, again, a dusting to set the concealer that I just put everywhere, as well as a little bit more coverage, and then to mattify my skin. Okay, the next few steps are the same things that I would do on my face, regardless of whether or not whatever tier of makeup I'm doing. I just feel like I need bronzer, blush, and highlighter to give my face that extra bit of color. I don't know, I just really like it. But what is different about this process, if I'm doing just a quick, easy face, is those products also become my eyeshadow. So I will do bronzer on my face where I would normally put it, and then I grab a big fluffy eyeshadow brush and I will put my bronzer in the crease of my eyes as if I was doing eyeshadow, but I'm not actually pulling on my eyeshadow and I'm not doing any crazy eyes. I'm just darkening up my crease a little bit with my bronzer. This is the Too Faced Milk Chocolate Bronzer. Again, also got this on sale. Not my favorite bronzer, but I'm gonna use what I have. Then I will go in with blush. This is a Tarte blush palette that I've had forever. And I brought it with me to Chicago because it's got options, so I didn't have to pick just one blush. But I have other blushes that I like. I don't dislike these blushes. It's just pricey. This is what I bought like when I first got into makeup. Like when I first discovered makeup YouTube videos and I first got into makeup and I wanted to get all the fancy stuff, right? Have you been there? Okay, so then I will do my highlighter, and I've been using this little baby Becca one. I really, really like, if you're trying to go drugstore, I feel like I'm showing a lot of high-end products because that's just what I happen to bring with me to Chicago, but I really do, if I'm doing makeup every single day to go to work, I'm not using as expensive of products every single day. So my highlighter that I use normally is the Wet n Wild highlighter. Super awesome, it's super affordable. I brought this one because it was small and it took up less space in my stuff. And the Wet n Wild one can break a little bit easier, kind of like my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. So anyways, you can see that I've already hit pan on this. I bought a little pack, a 4-pack of these a few years ago. And so I'm excited to kind of make progress with this one. So I will put the highlighter where highlighter normally goes, just on the tops of my cheeks. Then I'll put a little bit on like the highlight of my face, my nose, my forehead. And then I will put a dab on my eyes. Again, kind of like eyeshadow, but just not really trying all that hard. Then something I get asked about a lot is the nude colored eyeliner on my waterline. It is actually a concealer stick from Nude Sticks. You cannot even see the name of it anymore because I've had it for so long, but it is the Light 2 concealer stick from Nude Sticks. And then I use this little puff ball, this is just from Amazon, to pull my eye down a little bit while I just do the waterline. I just feel like this makes me look so much more awake. And there, oh my gosh, I just feel like it makes such a difference. Okay, and then the last step is gonna be mascara. So I'm gonna curl my eyelashes. I actually kind of want a new eyelash curler. I don't know, this one just doesn't feel like it does much for me anymore. I don't know if eyelash curlers like, not go bad, but you know, lose their umph over time. Let me know down in the comments if you have an eyelash curler that you really like. And then mascara. So my favorite drugstore mascara that I do love is the Lash Paradise from L'Oreal. And when I was doing makeup every day to go to work, this is what I would use every day. But my favorite high-end mascara is the IT Cosmetics Superhero. And so normally, in normal times, I will have one of each open, and I will use the drugstore one on a normal everyday basis, and then I'll use the high-end one when I'm going out or I'm filming or I'm doing something that I want to have a little bit more voluminous eyelashes. However, because I don't do makeup every day and because we're not going everywhere all the time, and I opened one of these back when I got my professional photos taken in October, and so it's gonna go bad if I don't use it. So I have been using this one every day just because, again, it's not inexpensive and I don't want it to go bad. The other thing though, I probably would pay full price because I do love this mascara, but I don't typically. I either get it during the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty sale if it's included, or I get it on HSN. They always do deals for IT Cosmetics, so just keep an eye out if you're interested in trying it. But it is my favorite mascara, and I know that it's high-end. Like, if I can only have one high-end thing, I know I showed a lot of kind of more high-end brands today, but if I could only have one high-end product, it would be this mascara. And, well, I don't know, that drugstore one is really good too. Yeah, but everything else I use today, there's a drugstore version that I would use before I would switch mascaras. Like, I would use the e.l.f. concealer, I would use the Wet n Wild highlighter, there's drugstore equivalent for everything else that I use. Actually, I think Nude Sticks might be considered a high-end brand. It's kind of one of those in-between brands at Ulta where it's on the high-end side, but I wouldn't consider it as expensive as like Tarte or, you know, Becca or one of those other high-end brands. So I guess actually it would probably be Nude Sticks if I could only pick one, because that, I haven't found anything drugstore, on the drugstore side of Ulta, that does the same thing to my waterline as the Nude Sticks concealer does. In terms of staying in place, it's just really magical. Also, the fact that I'm doing this while talking is kind of blowing my mind right now. And that's it. And then I will spray with a matte finishing spray. This is the NYX brand, which I'm pretty sure you can only get at Ulta. Actually, they have NYX at CVS, not Walgreens, CVS. And just a little tip, if you are also wearing a mask, what I will also do, I am gonna wear a mask to go upstairs to my mom's, but I don't really care that much today. I will take the inside of my mask and spray this on the inside of my mask as well. Let that sit for a second, let it dry. Don't put it on while it's wet, but then it kind of helps keep the makeup from rubbing on to the mask. All right, it is the afternoon. Well, kind of, it's like barely afternoon, but it's the afternoon and I am done with work for the day. So I mapped out all of my vacation days back in like, I don't know, September. I think once we got back to New York, I was like, okay, let me figure out what I'm gonna use the rest of my vacation time for and map all that out. And including taking days off to work on content. And I still have lots of days off left this month for content and then for the holidays. But I had one extra half day that I had not allocated yet. And so I decided to just kind of hang on, and I figured it would come to me and I would realize that there's a day that I wanted that extra half day, and here it is. So one of the things I realized on Monday while I was doing Cultivate Your Year Live is that I wanted to go ahead and have my action plan pages done before my Patreon action plan workshop on Saturday. I am so excited to dig in deep into breaking our goals down on Saturday, and I have a whole PowerPoint planned, which includes working time, like working on your action plans. And originally I was gonna do it alongside them, and I was gonna break down my goals at the same time. But between all of the chats and all the things I was trying to do on Monday, as well as work on my own power sheets, I realized that on Saturday, I don't want to be working on my own goals. I want to be in the chat, answering questions, seeing how they're doing, making notes, like all of those things. So I decided to go ahead and take the half day today. Today was just the best day this week. That worked. I didn't have any afternoon meetings, so taking a half day just was easy. Not easy, but like, you know what I mean? Like I didn't have to move anything to take the half day, whereas Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday I had an afternoon meeting. I would have had to move. So I decided to take it today. So I decided to take it today, and I'm gonna spend the rest of the afternoon working on my goals. So I'm gonna do both. I'm gonna actually start with my Moxie Life. So before I go into breaking down my goals, I'm glad I did all the Power Sheets prep work before even touching my Moxie Life. And if you watched the video where I talked about how I'm using my Moxie Life as a reflection, that is still the case, but I wanna do all the intro pages, like the assessment, before the year starts. So that's not gonna be a reflection type thing. So but I'm glad that I did my Power Sheets before I did the Moxie Life Compass Assessment. So, but that's where I'm gonna start before I break them down. So that way, doing the Compass Assessment might bring some things to light that are specific action items that I want to incorporate into my action plans that I'm putting into my Power Sheets. So I'm gonna do my Moxie Life Compass Assessment, then I'm gonna do my Power Sheets action plan pages. And I think also doing them first, I can do the workshop without doing my 2021. Like I've done it before. I've broken down goals before. But I think doing them this year will just bring up all of the things that I do when I break down goals, and kind of some of those like last minute tips and advice that I can add into the workshop. And so then after I'm done, I'm gonna go through the workshop one more time, make sure everything is squared away, and wrap it up. And then hopefully by that time, or I'm assuming by that time, it will be, well, then at some point I also need to do my December daily. I'm not going for a walk today because honestly my hair is still kind of wet and I just want to get started on all of this. So I asked my mom to pick up my pictures from Walgreens, and I'll do my December daily later this afternoon, and then it'll be time for Lattes with Laken. So let's quickly open up the advent calendars before I get to all of that though. So day 9 is paper clips. We have 2 paper clips. They're both gold. We have a gingerbread man and a Santa hat. And then on the Friends one, this is day 9. Remember, I thought that was day 8. It was actually day 9. I love that episode with Monica's boots. Let's see what we've got in here. So it looks like it might be another little ornament, but it's a little book, and it says the one with the holiday armadillo. And it's like the story of the holiday armadillo with photos like sprinkled through it. And it's like the story of the holiday armadillo with everybody dressing up. Do they have the part with Superman at the end? Oh, they have Superman on the back. Oh, so they don't have the part. I love the line when they walk in. And I think it's either Rachel or Phoebe that says something about it being like the Easter Bunny's funeral. I don't know. This is cute. Again, I think you could probably do a whole tree of like the Friends ornaments from this advent calendar. All right, ignore my messy desk. Let's go to the tea. So day 9 is Merry Mistletoe. Okay, so it is a white tea and it has 1 caffeine. So maybe I'll make that this afternoon to do while I work on my goals. Let's smell it. It smells really good. It's really fruity. Like I smell a lot of cranberry, maybe some like apple. So it's actually probably not my favorite type of tea. I don't know, for whatever reason, like when there's like raisins or cranberry, there was one in that Halloween bunch that was raisins. It just wasn't my favorite. So maybe I won't make that one today, especially when I have so many other options. Okay, I am here to share the next planner that I have as an option for a work planner for 2021. And this is the Lights Planner Action Planner. So I actually met Bess at a planner event. I think it was the New England Planner Girls meetup. And at that time she was either only doing printables or she was doing printables plus like traveler's notebook style. She just recently, I say recently, I don't know how recent it was, but it was some time since then that she started doing planners printed on coils. And so I was messaging with Kristen from Christiane Designs, who told me to give this planner a try. So here we go. So the first thing I want to talk about that I don't really love, and this is totally my fault, this is not her fault, is that the planner feels too small on this coil. And the thing about her site is you're picking a lot of different inserts and then you're basically building your own planner. So you're picking inserts in a certain size, adding them to your cart, and then you're adding an upgrade for her to coil it for you. And she did have on there that she recommended a certain number of inserts in order for it to feel full on the coil. And I thought that I got enough, but it does still feel a little bit too, it just feels weird to me. Like I wish I would have had a couple months or 2. I only ended up getting 3 months on this coil and I don't know, it just feels really small. I don't know if I would have been able to fit 6 or not. I don't know, that feels too big. So I don't know. Maybe that's why I only did 3, but that's one of the first thing that I don't really like about it. So the coil itself is a metal coil and it's black. I like it. I think it looks good. I got a very neutral cover because again, for a work planner, I don't need anything too detailed. There were a lot of cover options, and to be honest, I was a little bit overwhelmed. So this is the one I ended up picking. So it has a laminated cover on the outside that you do pick, but then there's also covers associated with each of the different sections. And I don't necessarily love that. I understand like if it was its own traveler's notebook, like it would have this cover and that's totally cool. But since I'm getting it all coiled together, I kind of wish this page wasn't there. And I can't rip it out because there is the monthly layout on the back of it. So I can't just rip it out. So that's just something, that's a personal preference. But again, that's because her files are set up that you can get this whole layout that I'm about to show you printed in traveler's notebook form. And so then you would want to have a cover on the outside. So the layout that I got is the daily, it's like socialite, or let's see if it says it on my little receipt here. Yeah, daily socialite planner. So it's got a monthly layout that starts on Sunday. It's undated. Like I said in the last video, I don't really use the monthly layout for my work planner, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I do like that it's undated so that I can try it at a different time. I know some people don't like undated because it is a pain to have to write it in every day. So this is the daily layout. We're gonna just kind of ignore that for a second and go straight to this weekly layout. Before the week starts, you have this weekly overview, which I do like having some sort of weekly overview page, for the sense that the weekly layout is always the same. If you have looked at my plum paper daily, it's not that way. There's no weekly overview page. So sometimes like Monday is on this side and sometimes Monday is on this side, and that kind of drives me nuts. I think I would have preferred just like a plain overview page instead of this weekly one. Because again, for a work planner, I don't know what I'm going to use this weekly overview for, but I know some people that use daily planners would probably appreciate this. So then we get into the daily layout. And again, it's undated, but this is, for me, in my head, would be a Monday start. And so at the top, it says today is, you can write in the date and then circle what day it is. And then you have a section for tasks, a section for social. I'm not sure if it's like social events, social media. I feel like you could use it in a number of different ways. Given that this would be a work planner, I have no idea what I would use that section for. And then it has for tomorrow with 4 more little check boxes. And I like that section too, thinking about what I would just go ahead and put on tomorrow. And then I love the hourly layout. So it starts at 5, it goes all the way till 10. I don't need all the way till 10, but it is broken up by half hours, and I love that. So the layout really, really works well for me. The cursive isn't my favorite font, but the layout is way more important than the font. So you've got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday each have their own page, and then you go into that weekly overview. Now you could start this on any day, right? It doesn't have to start on a Monday. That's just how I would do it. And then I would have extra pages. If 6 months felt too cramped, I could always like rip these out that are Saturday and Sunday because I won't be using them. Or if I totally ignore this weekly page, I could just drag this on for further, right? So this would be Friday, and I would just start back over with Monday, Tuesday, ignore this page, Wednesday, Thursday, so on and so forth, so that I got more out of the planner than just 3 months, because that's what it is. It's 3 months. So it continues that same pattern all the way until you get to the end, and then there is a couple grids, notes pages, and then there's the back, because again, traveler's notebook, and then you go into the next one. And so I got 3 months worth, but they all have their own little section, and then it's just got a laminated cover on the back. So again, I don't know. I like the layout. I like that it's undated. That way, if I am off of work, I'm not wasting a day. So that's nice. I do sometimes think a dated planner encourages me to use it more. And so there's that benefit. But at the same time, I'm not wasting pages because I'm out of the office that day. Let's go ahead and test out the paper, and then I will talk about the price. So I've got my Sharpie S Gel and my Papermate Flare. The paper itself is pretty smooth. It's not like plum paper smooth, but it is pretty smooth. It's bright white, which I absolutely love. Let's see. Okay, the Sharpie S Gel smeared a little bit, but I didn't give it a ton of time. I would have to give it another quick second to dry. It's pretty good on the back. It's pretty comparable to, actually it feels a little, actually it's thicker. It's definitely thicker than the Amplify Planner paper. I can't really see either of them at all. I can feel the Sharpie S Gel a tiny bit, but not that much. So this paper is definitely better. And obviously this is much smaller. So I could have picked this in pretty much any size. I got it in the A5 size because I just thought that that would be enough space for me. And I think it totally is. So it's smaller, obviously, than the Amplified Planner, and then it's smaller even than the 7x9 I was using before, but I think this would be fine for work for me in terms of size. The other problem here is the same problem I had with the Amplified Planner, which is the price. So this 3-month planner, I did end up getting a discount. I bought it during a sale, but without the discount, it's $49 because it's $8 for each of the daily inserts and then a $25 upgrade to get the coil to get it punched on the coil and with the laminated cover. Now, if I got 6 months on, it wouldn't be like double that $49, right? If I get 6 months on here, I would only have to pay that $25 once. So it would be a little bit less expensive, but it's pricey for 3 months. Like last video, I was talking about $30 for 3 months, and this one was $49 for 3 months. So that is a detriment to me. However, like I was saying, I guess it probably could last me longer than 3 months because it's got 90 days essentially of layouts. And so if I only did work weeks, which is 5 weeks, assuming no time off, that would be 18 weeks worth of planning, which is like 4.5 months it would last me rather than 3 months. So it would last me a little bit longer. I would maybe only need 3 of this type of planner to get me through the year as opposed to 4. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm definitely going to use that. Like I said, I think what I'm going to do is use all of them. I'm waiting for the last one to come in the mail. That will likely be part of the next vlog, and I will probably try all of them out and use all 3 of them because I will have them in my possession, and then it'll be like the 4th quarter and I will have to pick one for the 4th quarter. I don't necessarily need all of 2021 in one book for my work planner. I'm not keeping these. These are not for documenting. I literally just need something to use daily. I could probably get away with a notepad, but I do like having a coiled planner. Okay, I had every intention of letting my hair dry naturally today, but I forgot to take it out of that clip that I had it up this morning while I was doing my makeup, and I literally, some of it might even not be totally dry because I just let it out like 30 minutes ago, and I have very thick hair that takes forever to dry. I have never enjoyed blow drying my hair because it just takes forever to dry. So I'm gonna run a curling iron through it. I'm just doing this to kind of smooth it out, get rid of all the weird kinks, and I'm gonna do probably 6 curls. So I split my hair up into 3 sections. I'm gonna do 2 in the back, 2 on this side, 2, maybe sometimes I do 3 on this side, depending on how I split it up. And that's basically it. And then I'll brush through it and it'll look just fine. All right, 7 minutes later, this is the finished look on my hair, and I also freshened up my makeup just a smidge. I put a little bit more of that all over powder just to kind of redust my face. I put a little bit more of the nude sticks in my waterline, and then I put a small coat of mascara on, again, just to freshen everything up since I did my makeup way earlier today. All right, today we have a white blend. It does not say what it is a blend of, it is just a white blend. We have learned that odd numbers are white, even numbers are red. That's the plan here. And then the cheese for today is a Gouda with herbs. Gouda with herbs. So, I guess we'll find out here. Cheers. Cheers. It's good. It tastes a lot like Sauvignon Blanc. That's what I would think it's pretty much mostly.
Cheese is really good.
The cheese is really good. The cheese has all been like fantastic. With the wine. Oh yeah. Oh, so good. It's a good. They're all good. I don't know why I pretend that like.
The pairing is great.
Somebody asked me today on the live what my favorite wine and cheese has been from the advent calendar so far, and I was like, I don't know. I've liked them all.
Wait, you should have written them all down.
I know. Well, they're all documented on the vlogs. You can just watch them. Just watch them back. So I said my favorite wine, like by itself, is just the Cat, but that was like an easy one. But I think my favorite cheese and wine pairing was that Saturday, the Chardonnay with whatever was with the Chardonnay. Was my favorite like wine and cheese pairing.
I think that was the
Gouda with something else.
number 3, which is what I had.
Oh, you had tonight. The Gouda with pepper? Good. It's time for kitty treats. Where'd you go, kitty? Just looking out the window, Mom. I like these floor-to-ceiling windows. I don't care what anybody else says. Okay. I don't know what day we're actually on, because she's not always into the treats. So we're just going to jump to today, which is day 9. It's the fish ones again, kitty. Oh, she's like super excited about it. Hey, sweet girl. Here you go. No, okay. You were all up about it when I was opening it. Maybe you just want pets. She's like, well, I just wanted you, Mom. I don't really care about the treats. Do you want it out of my hand? Can you hear her purring? Her purrs are so loud. Okay, I think she just wants pets. So I think we're going to go ahead and end this vlog here. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, please click that subscribe button. I upload new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Oh, thank you so much for watching, Charlie says. Happy purring. I am really struggling with this one. That's Jazzy meowing in the background. I don't know what's wrong. Let's try that again. I don't know why this piece of hair decides to always attach itself to me.
Are you live or?
No, I'm just filming. Inducing? I don't know how I would say that. Yeah, it's still recording.